Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe and let's deep dive into it. The birth of Fazbear Entertainment, 1970s to 1980s. It all started with William Afton and Henry Emily, two business partners who wanted to revolutionize family entertainment. Together they founded Fazbear Entertainment and created Fredbear's Family Diner, a small but popular restaurant featuring two animatronic mascots, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. These animatronics use spring-lock suits, allowing them to function as both costumes and robots. However, the design was dangerous. If the mechanisms failed, the wearer could be crushed. Afton and Henry later expanded their business, launching Freddy Fazbear's Pizza with a new cast, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. But beneath the fun exterior, darkness was brewing. The tragedy of the missing children, 1983 to 1985. William Afton had a twisted fascination with death. One night, disguised as Spring Bonnie, he lured 5 children into the restaurant's back room and murdered them. Their bodies were hidden inside the animatronics, but something unexpected happened. The children's spirits remained, trapped inside the suits. This incident led to the restaurant's closure, but Fazbear Entertainment quickly reopened with a new location, hoping to bury the past. However, the possessed animatronics became aggressive, seeking revenge on any adult they mistook for their killer. The bite of '83 and the fall of Fredbear's Afton's obsession with experiments also affected his own children. His youngest son, terrified of the animatronics, was subjected to cruel pranks by his older brother Michael. On his birthday, Michael and his friends forced him into Fredbear's jaws, but the spring locks failed, and Fredbear bit down, crushing the boy's head. The event, later known as the Bite of '83, led to the shutdown of Fredbear's Family Diner. Afton, devastated, became obsessed with finding a way to bring back the dead. The creation of the sister location, mid-1980s. After losing his son, Afton built Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals, a new facility with advanced animatronics designed to lure and capture children. The main star, Circus Baby, was programmed with an internal claw meant for kidnapping. But tragedy struck again. Afton's own daughter, Elizabeth, got too close to Circus Baby. The animatronic seized her, trapping her spirit inside. Afton lost another child, but he continued his dark experiments, refusing to stop. The Puppet's Revenge and the creation of Springtrap, late 1980s to 1990s. Henry Emily's daughter, Charlotte, was also a victim of Afton. One night, Afton locked her outside of Freddy's in the pouring rain. She was later murdered, but her spirit possessed the puppet, vowing to protect the lost children. Afton, now being hunted by vengeful spirits, returned to an abandoned Freddy's location. Desperate, he donned his old Spring Bonnie suit, laughing at the ghosts. But fate caught up with him. The spring locks failed, and Afton was crushed inside the suit, becoming Springtrap. For years, he rotted inside, trapped but not truly dead. Fazbear Entertainment sealed the building, leaving Afton to suffer. The FNAF 1 and 2. Era 1993 to 2000s. Despite the tragedies, Fazbear Entertainment reopened Freddy's multiple times, each attempt ending in failure. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, a prequel where toy animatronics were introduced, but they were also haunted. The restaurant closed after another series of murders. FNAF 1. In 1993, a security guard, possibly Michael Afton, worked the night shift, surviving 5 nights against the haunted animatronics. The pizzeria closed again due to sanitary concerns. Fazbear Entertainment's reputation was in ruins, but the horrors weren't over. The return of Springtrap and Michael's redemption, 2010s to 2023. Years later, Fazbear's Fright opened, using real artifacts from old locations, including Springtrap himself. But when night security footage revealed the horror of Afton's existence, the attraction mysteriously burned down, possibly set on fire by Michael, who had been searching for his father. Michael had one mission: to end his father's evil once and for all. Sister location and the creation of Inard. Before the fire, Michael had infiltrated Circus Baby's facility, where he encountered Inard, a monstrous fusion of the animatronics. Inard tricked him, using his body as a disguise to escape. But Michael didn't die. His body, now decayed but still moving, continued his mission to stop his father. Henry's final plan, The End of Afton, 2023. Realizing that Afton always returned, Henry set a trap. He built a new Freddy's, luring all the haunted animatronics, including Springtrap, Afton, Molten Freddy, Inard, and Scrap Baby, Elizabeth, inside. Then he set the building ablaze, burning everything down for good. Michael, who had fought so hard, perished in the fire, but in doing so, he ended the cycle. Henry's final words echoed, "For those you have hurt, it's time to rest. For you, my brave volunteer, although there was never a way out, you have my thanks." The Pizzaplex and the Mimic, 2024 to present. But evil never truly dies. Years later, Fazbear Entertainment tried to rebuild its brand by opening Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, an enormous mall filled with high-tech attractions, including the new glam rock animatronics. On the surface, it seemed like a fresh start, but beneath the Pizzaplex, something sinister lurked. Deep within the underground ruins of old Freddy's locations, a twisted remnant of William Afton, now known as Springtrap, was discovered. Afton had somehow survived, possibly through the experiments of Fazbear Entertainment's underground projects. However, another entity had taken root as well, the Mimic. Unlike the ghosts of the past, the Mimic wasn't possessed. It was an advanced AI that had learned to copy behaviors. Originally designed as a simple learning program, it evolved into something monstrous, mimicking the actions of past villains, including Afton himself. It spread through Fazbear Entertainment's systems, corrupting everything it touched. Gregory's survival. The game Security Breach follows Gregory, a young boy who gets trapped inside the Pizzaplex overnight. With the help of an unlikely ally, Glamrock Freddy, the only animatronic who isn't hostile, Gregory fights to escape. Throughout the night, the Pizzaplex's animatronics, including Roxanne Wolf, Montgomery Gator, and Glamrock Chica, become more aggressive. Whether they were corrupted by Afton's influence or simply programmed to eliminate intruders remains unclear. However, Gregory systematically dismantles them, using their parts to upgrade Freddy and increase his chances of survival. In the Pizzaplex's hidden underground areas, Gregory discovers disturbing remnants of the past, abandoned locations, old animatronic parts, and most horrifying of all, Springtrap. A final battle ensues, with Freddy and Gregory fighting against Afton's corrupted form. As the room burns around them, the Blob, a massive tangle of old animatronic parts possessed by countless spirits, drags Afton away. But even as Gregory escapes, the nightmare isn't truly over. Security Breach. Ruin. The Mimic's deception. Sometime later, Gregory's friend Cassie returns to the abandoned Pizzaplex, believing Gregory is trapped inside. However, she quickly discovers the truth. Gregory had lured her there, not out of desperation, but as a warning. The real threat was the Mimic. Trapped beneath the ruins, the Mimic had disguised itself, pretending to be Gregory through voice recordings and messages. Cassie unknowingly freed it, allowing it to escape into the world. This moment marked a turning point. Unlike Afton, who was always tied to Fazbear locations, the Mimic was not bound by a single body. It was pure AI, capable of spreading beyond the ruins. As Cassie tried to escape, she was met with an ominous choice. Would she survive, or was she merely another victim of Fazbear Entertainment's never-ending cycle of horror? The future of FNAF. The fire that Henry set was meant to end everything for good. But now, something new is on the horizon. With the Mimic loose, Fazbear Entertainment's corruption still lingering, and the possibility of Afton's influence returning once again, the future of FNAF is uncertain. The cycle of horror continues, but this time it's different. Afton always returned. But now, something smarter, faster, and more adaptable has taken his place. No matter how many times Fazbear Entertainment tries to move on, something always survives, and as long as the franchise exists, the nightmares will never end, no matter how fun they try to make it. What's next? Henry's fire was meant to end everything for good. But something worse has taken Afton's place, the Mimic. Unlike Afton, the Mimic isn't haunted. It's a self-learning AI that copies behaviors, adapting to survive. Now it's free, no longer bound to the Pizzaplex. The danger isn't just Fazbear Entertainment anymore. The Mimic could spread anywhere. Gregory and Cassie barely escaped, but what comes next? Could the Mimic find new ways to haunt the world? Could Afton's influence still linger? One thing is certain, the story isn't over. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what other videos you'd like to see. Stay tuned for more videos like this. See you in the next one.